everyone. How are you this morning? Happy Tuesday. Yay. Happy short week. It is. We've got 2 short weeks with Easter coming up, haven't we? I don't know. Who else is excited about having a long weekend this weekend? I know I am.
Why?
But before we get there, we have some Tuesday training to do, some Tuesday business growth insights, which, as you guys know, I come live and do every single week within my group, Confident Successful Business Owners. And if you are watching live, say hi. I'd love to say hi to you. If you're watching the replay, pop #replay so I can come back and say hi, because you guys know that I don't like to exclude anybody. Just one more thing, as usual, those of you who come on regularly, you would know that I use a program called StreamYard. And that it would be wonderful to be able to see your comments as they come up. So just go to the link above, give StreamYard permission to see your name, and then I'll be able to say hi, and I'll be able to see who you are. Okie dokie. So, I can see someone has just joined at the moment. So hello. Well, we've got a couple of people joining. Yay! Okay, great. As I said, those of you who are joining me live today, say good day. I love to make it feel like we're all in the room together. Now, guys, I have a really cool, I think it's cool, a cool topic for you all today. What we're going to talk about is, good morning, Facebook user. How are you? I'm not sure who this is, but again, if you go to the comment, if you go to the link above, in the description, you'll be able to give StreamYard permission to see your name. Now, we're going to talk today about serving versus selling. Okay, now, why are we talking about this? Selling, guys. Selling is a huge part of being in business. But what I see a lot of is that a lot of us, including me in the past, we forget about the serving part of the sale. Right, and this is, I was going to say it's just as important, but actually it's much more important to focus on the serving versus the selling and bringing the money in. Now, we all know, right, that part of business is we need to make money, we need to make the sales. Absolutely. If we don't make the sales, we're not in business. That's right. But I'm going to go through the difference today of serving versus selling, and one other as well. So who have we got joining us? We've got Parmay. Hi, Parmay. We've got beautiful Claire. We've got someone else. Good morning. Good morning to all of you joining me this morning. Okie dokie. So let's have a look at, here's my finger note. We're going to look at 3 layers of the sale. Okay, so first of all, as I'm sharing, I'm sorry, my computer's a little bit slow this morning. I'm not sure why. Now, first of all, when we look at the word sharing, think about the sales funnel, okay? So we know there's the sales funnel where there's the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, which is where we get to making the sale, and then there's the bottom of the funnel, which is where you're providing your product or service. So sharing is at the top of the funnel, okay? This is where you're telling people what you sell. You're sharing with them about your product, about your service. You're sharing with them why you're passionate about that, how you came to do it, all that type of thing. So this is where you're sharing about yourself. And a lot of people will think that, or we don't do this nearly enough before we go directly to the selling. Okay, now as I said, the selling is in the middle of the funnel. But you can only really effectively sell until you've built a rapport by sharing yourself and sharing what you do. So already there's obviously a huge difference between sharing what you do and then selling your stuff. And a lot of the time I see people just completely missing the sharing side of it. And I've said this plenty of times before. You know, when you have those messages come through, you've just made a friend on Facebook, and it's like, oh, hi, my name's, Rebecca George, and I sell flowers. Would you like to buy some bunches of flowers? Sorry, Rebecca, no, I don't yet know you enough to do that. Hello, Rose. How are you, gorgeous lady? Lovely to have you joining us this morning. Okay, so that's 2 layers. So we've got sharing, we've got selling. What's the next layer? Is serving. So serving is, yes, it's at the bottom of the funnel. Serving is now providing your product or providing your service. Yes, absolutely. However, serving is something that, again, we don't often do at every layer of the funnel, but it needs to be done at every layer. You need to be serving your audience while you're sharing, right? We're going to go into that a little bit more in a minute. You need to be serving your people when you're getting them on those sales calls. And you absolutely need to be serving them when you're providing them for what they've paid for. So there's 3 different layers. You know, in the title it says there's 2, but there's actually 3. So let's go through them. So first of all, let's go through sharing. When you're sharing, when you're talking about what you do, be genuine. Now, I know, you know, and I say this all the time, and this doesn't mean that I see a lot of people being not genuine. When I say be genuine, all it really means is be yourself. Just be you. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. A lot of you would have heard the story before that when I started working as a coach, I had a coach at the time, and I tried to dress like her. I tried to present like her. I tried to be her, and it just didn't resonate. It didn't resonate with me, so it didn't resonate with anybody else, and it didn't come across as genuine Ali. Now, trust me, you get the real and raw Ali. This is how I am, guys. So make sure that you're genuine. Be passionate about what you do. Now, if you've gone into business for a reason, so you're going to be passionate about your products. You're going to be passionate about your service. If you don't provide and share that passion, people aren't going to want to come back for more. They're going to go, oh, well, you know, it's just another product, it's just another service. But when you share the passion and the love for what you do, you're essentially going to get people feeling that, I'd say through the screen, feeling it through your posts, feeling through what you say, as well as what you do. So be really passionate. Share your purpose. Now, I mentioned this briefly before. So share your purpose. Why have you come into the business that you're in? Why do you sell the products that you do? Right? And I'll use an example of one of my Heart and Soul Business Academy members, beautiful Carlia. Now, she runs Middle of Nowhere Creations. She sells gourmet preserves and sauces and jams, and they are so good. But what I love is she shares her purpose. You know, her and her husband run a very remote cattle property. She is literally out in the middle of nowhere. And, you know, they're looking to share Australian-made products and locally sourced products. And what her product, she's clearly passionate about it, because, I mean, if you've ever seen Carlia do a live, you will know that she has incredible products that she's passionate with, and her purpose is that, you know, not only does she want to have Australian-made products, but she wants to build a successful business with her husband on their property. They've got several different businesses. I could go on about Carlia for ages, because this woman, we call her Energizer Bunny. She never stops. But this is what I mean. Share your purpose. Be passionate about what you sell. Be passionate about your product and your service. Show them the value, guys. Right? Why? Why would people want to buy from or work with you? What's the value that they're getting from working with you? So I just said it. So as far as you think, hello Facebook user, I reckon that might be you, lady. I'm not sure. Hello. So what value do they get? So if you think you're like I said with Carlia, so the value that you get from her is it's locally sourced Australian-made products. The value that you get from working with someone like me is that you get a holistic business course working in the areas and learning in the areas of mindset, motivation, marketing, and momentum. Right? That's in a nutshell. But show them the value that you're going to provide. And then we go to selling. Now, again, selling is where often people go, ooh, selling. Selling is a scary thing, and it doesn't have to be as scary as that. It doesn't have to be scary, okay? So all you need to think about is what solutions are you providing, right? What problem are you solving? There may be one particular problem, there might be many different problems. That's okay. But pick one, and we go very deep into this in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, where we talk about how to hone in on those problems and how to address them. But think about what problems your potential clients have and and the solutions that you provide, how you're solving those problems, right? So there are so many ways to go into this, and again, we go deep into that in the academy. Now, value, something that I mentioned before was definitely value. So what we need to do here is convince people that you do provide them with the value they need. And actually, the better thing to do is provide them with more value than what they're expecting. So go above and beyond. And a lot of people just go, oh, God, that's going to be like, how do I do that? Again, we learn how to do that in the academy. But providing value is really, really, really important to, like I said, convince people about what you do. Trust, guys. I mention this all the time, right? We've all heard the KLT factor. I talked about it a couple of weeks ago, the know, like, and trust factor. Trust. It's one thing for people to know you. It's another thing for people to like you, but then you need to get them to trust you, because this trust is ultimately what convinces people to part with their hard-earned money to work with you or to buy your products. So this is imperative. And this is where the serving part comes in before the selling part. Again, you think about those messages or those posts that you see, come and buy my stuff. Well, I don't want to yet do that because you haven't yet built enough trust with me to be able to do that. A, I don't know enough about your business. B, I don't trust you yet at all or nearly enough to be able to want to spend money with you. All right, so this one, and I say this all the time, this is imperative to build the trust. Engage your X factor. We've also talked about, your superpower. What's your superpower in business? Use it, guys. Use it in your selling. If whatever your superpower is, engage it. Is your superpower using your words? Is it speaking to people on the phone? Is it engaging people in chat? What is it? Whatever your X factor is, engage it here. What are you best at? Okay, and there's a whole other training about figuring out what your superpower is, and you will find that in Confident Successful Business Owners Facebook group, and it's all in the guides. You'll be able to find it there, guys. So when you're putting all of these together, it actually brings that sale, it makes that sale or that selling, that idea of selling a whole lot easier than showing up to a call and going, what do I do now? I don't know what to do, right? So there we go. So you can already see the difference between the selling and the sharing. Now, I want to give you some bonus extra mindset tips here when you're thinking about the sharing and the selling and bringing money into your business. So first of all, the first thing that all of us should be doing in business, no matter what business you're in, no matter how long you've been in business, whether you're just starting or whether you've been in it for years and years, is manage your own energy on a daily basis. Because if you want to, for instance, if you've got a couple of sales calls booked, it's going to be pretty difficult to make those sales if you're showing up into your day grumpy, tired, or frustrated, or some other not so positive emotion. Okay, it's going to be difficult to make that sale. So let's be honest. We're not always going to be, have great days. Not every day we're going to be ecstatically happy and really up there, right? But can you imagine if I came to do this training today, if I'm like, right, I'm going to get rid of you. I didn't sleep well last night, okay? But if I came to this training and I was yawning and I was, oh God, I'm so tired, and just whinging and complaining to you guys, which I'm not doing right now, you would be bored to tears and you'd probably all be switching off, and I wouldn't blame you. However, I have actively this morning managed my energy, gone, okay, no, Tuesday is my training day. I need to go into the day. I need to work out a way to get myself energized. Okay, it doesn't mean I'm still not tired. I'm still tired, but I'm feeling energized and ready to go, if that makes sense. Tell me in the comments if that makes sense to you. So here, what I'm saying is it's really, really important that on a daily basis, no matter how you're feeling, we're not always going to be wake up ecstatically happy. We're not always going to be hunky-dory. Like I say all the time, business is up and down. But manage your energy so you can go into the day with positivity. It's a lot easier to get through a day when you do that, trust me. Don't just focus solely on the money. Now, again, to be in business, yes, we need to make sales. Yes, we need to make the money. That's the realistic thing all about it all, okay? But when we only have that focus on, I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money, right? Here we go. Rose, very tired, put your business hat on. Exactly, Rose. Yes, exactly. If you're tired, yeah, and it is like that. You have to compartmentalize. It's like, okay, so I'm tired, but I still have to run a business. Business hat on. That is 100% correct. 100% correct. Anyway, where's I? Okay, so don't focus solely on the money. People will be able to feel that. And I've said this before, if you show up to a sales call and and you're thinking, I have to make this sale because I really need money, they're going to feel that desperation. And sometimes that actually may be the case. But again, when you manage your energy, it will help you show up to the sales call or the sales chat or phone call or whatever you're doing. And you'll be able to not so much focus on the money, but you'll be able to focus more on the money. Now, this one's really important. Build a resilience and embrace the no's. Resilience in business is a huge part of sales. And I think, tell me, well, honestly, I don't know one entrepreneur or one business owner who hasn't had to build a resilience, because the bottom line is not everyone's going to say yes. A lot of people are going to say no. And we need to be okay with that in business. It's really hard. And like I used to, when I was first really starting actively as a coach, and I'd get people saying no, I'd go to a sales call and I'd get a no, and sometimes they were very blunt no's, I would let it get me down for days, right? And I wasn't very resilient. But as I've gone on, it's like, what? Okay, so that person was a no, okay, move on to the next one. I don't what am I trying to say? I don't just get over it. Like I let myself feel the disappointment, but only for a certain amount of time. Okay, so I'm disappointed. Okay, that one didn't work out. Let's move on. Resilience. So this is a huge, huge, huge part of being in business, and embracing the no's and just going, okay, that's fine. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about is, when we think of sales, there was an old saying way back in the day when I started doing business, which was like 25 years ago, always be closing. Okay? But instead, business has changed a lot, particularly in the last couple of years. So always be closing doesn't work anymore. It doesn't in my world anyway. Instead of always be closing, I like to change it to always be connecting. Now, you would have heard me say all the time, we're creating genuine connection, right? Making it all about the other person, all about the person you're trying to sell to. Not about you, like I said, not about you making sales, not about bringing the money in, you're making it about them. So you want to just generally connect. Connecting, guys, is so important. So again, forget the old saying of always be closing. When you concentrate on always be connecting, that closing, when you get to close, that will be a lot easier. And it won't even feel like you're closing the sale. And at the moment, we're in the Heart and Soul Business Academy, we're going through the sales process. We're talking about, creating creating a connection and how to go through this heart-based sales process that I have created. So hello, Stanley. How are you, beautiful lady? Oh my goodness, I'm just about to finish and you're just logging on. Sorry. Hey, Leslie, Samuel. Yes, hello, Leslie. I'm just about to finish, don't mind. But daylight savings has probably got everyone, I think. I'm up in Brisbane, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. But guys, lastly, I just want to say to you, if you want to connect, right, we have now opened, I'm really excited to say we've opened up the registrations for the Heart and Soul Business Academy for round 2 for our mid-year intake. So guys, if you want to have a chat with me, if you want to connect further, get some more details about what the Heart and Soul Business Academy is about. And first and foremost, I really want to find out from you guys how I can help you grow your business. Pop the word connect in the comments and we will be in touch with you to book a time where we can have a chat. And as I said, we can find out more about your business and I can tell you more about the academy. Very, very excited about that. All right, guys. Now, I am off for a week. I'm going to have like a kind of a bit of a working holiday. I'm going back to my hometown Adelaide to visit. So have a fantastic Easter, everybody, and I will see you again next Tuesday because I'm going to remain doing all the fun things that I love to do. So I'll see you again next Tuesday. Next Tuesday we have an open Q&A session in our Business Growth Insight. So if you have any particular questions that you want to ask me, come along with these questions because not often do I offer these sessions, but if you have a business question, I will do my best to answer it live on this call. All right, everybody. So don't forget, if you want to catch up, pop the word connect, where we can learn more. I can find out about your business, and you can find out more about the Heart and Soul Business Academy. See you next week, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Bye.